Hi everyone. So I hope you're having a great day or night wherever you are. And I am back with another video. So if you like my content, do like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Let's get into the video. And this is the part 2 of confirmation bias that I discussed in the previous video. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. I said in the previous video what confirmation bias actually is, and I was referring to the book by Rolf Dobelli, The Art of Thinking Clearly, and it has another part in which it is precisely giving more examples, and it is trying to explain it more clearly how confirmation bias plays a role in our day-to-day life. For example, like I would like to quote from the book that whether you go through life believing that people are inherently good or people are inherently bad, you will find daily proof to support your case. Both parties, the philanthropists and the misanthropes, simply filter disconfirming evidence, that is, evidence to the contrary, and focus instead on the do-gooders and dictators who support their worldviews. So actually he's trying to say is that, for example, if you are looking for an apple, let's say, and you consider that by fruit you only mean an apple, so you will go looking for an apple, and inevitably you will definitely find an apple. That does not mean that other fruits do not exist or the non-apples are not fruits. I know it's a very basic example, but just anyway. So he goes on to tell that astrologers and economists operate on the same principle. That is, they usually put out statements which are usually vague. So let's say there is a vague statement out there, and let's say out of 1,000 people, 500 people go through those events. So say out of 1,000, 500 people go through the events that are predicted by the astrologers or economists without any confirming evidence or without any specifics, So that does not mean that it's true. It's just that it confirms what they have said, also shadowing what alternative exists, if you know what I mean. For example, I will go ahead and quote it. In the coming weeks, you will experience sadness. Now, what sadness? Sadness is subjective. Anything can make you sad, or you can find sadness on your own, if you know what I mean. Or in the medium term, the pressure on the dollar will increase. But what is the medium term? Or what will cause the dollar to depreciate? And depreciation measured against what? Gold, yen, wheat, residential property in Manhattan, the average price of a hot dog. What is it? They are not giving you any specifics. So let's say it just happens, then it just confirms whatever they said, although it's very subjective and it depends from people to people, communities to communities, places to places also. But let's go ahead. He goes on to say that religious and philosophical beliefs represent an excellent breeding ground for the confirmation bias. Now here I would like to step away from the people who are very religiously active, and they might get offended by my statements or the statements presented in the book, but just take it in an unbiased way. That is what the chapter is about, that is confirmation bias. But anyway, so here in the soft spongy terrain, it grows wild and free. For example, worshippers will always find the evidence of God's existence, even though he never shows himself overtly, except to the illiterates in the desert and in isolated mountain villages. It is never to the masses in, say, Frankfurt or New York. Counter arguments are dismissed by the faithful. Based on what? Nothing, just a confirmation bias. If you are told from this beginning of your life on earth that there is an external God that exists, you will just believe it. And anyone who you come across tries to say something otherwise, you will not entertain it, and rather you will just tell them that they don't know anything, because it's your belief system and they are coming with an evidence to the contrary of your belief system. Another example that he says is that professionals also suffer from this confirmation bias problem. For example, like if a journalist just writes on their paper, Google is so successful because the company nurtures a culture of creativity. Where the journalist will, go ahead and find the evidence of more similar companies which are, having this culture of creativity as well as they're successful. But there are companies which are creative and are unsuccessful. Or it also does not mean that companies which are successful are just plainly creative. There are companies which are very successful but not creative. But the masses encounter this wide, vague statement that Google is successful because it has a creativity culture. So here's this confirmation bias. One more example that I would like to mention is that internet is particularly fertile ground for the confirmation bias as well. How? Let's see. To stay informed, we browse news, sites, and blogs. And we forget that whatever the pages that we are favoring, it just mirrors our own thinking. So, for example, you have your browsing history. So, people on the internet, with respect to your browsing history, will make the tailor made pages, which will only enhance and reinforce your own convictions. The last thing that before closing on this video, that literary critic Arthur Keller Couch had made a memorable motto: murder your darlings. So this is a free advice. To fight against the confirmation bias, try writing down your own beliefs, whether in terms of worldview, investments, marriage, healthcare, diet, career strategies, and set out to find the disconfirming evidence. Accent beliefs that feel like old friends is hard work, but imperative. Hope this video added some value to your life, and I hope you also reevaluate your own confirmation bias. And I hope it also helps you or gives you some clarity on your own systems. Other than that, enjoy your rest of the day or night, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.